I'm Esther, a simple Jewish girl who never imagined she would become a queen, let alone a hero. But sometimes, courage and faith can lead you to unexpected places. Growing up, I always tried to blend in, to not make waves. It felt safer that way. But deep down, I knew I was meant for something greater. Life has a way of pushing you into the spotlight, even when you're trying your hardest to hide. When King Xerxes held that grand banquet, I never imagined it would be the start of my journey to heroism. Suddenly, I was thrust into a world of palace intrigues and royal expectations. It was daunting, but I knew I had to be brave. My cousin Mordecai advised me to keep my Jewish identity a secret. It seemed wise, but I knew that one day, my faith would be my strength. When I became queen, I thought I had it all figured out. Keep my head down, do as I'm told, and everything will be fine. But I soon realized that true courage means standing up for what you believe in. But then came Haman, with his overwhelming arrogance and his even more ridiculous hat. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. He was actually quite dangerous. And Haman's hatred for Mordecai led him to plot against all the Jews in the kingdom. And suddenly, staying quiet wasn't an option anymore. I had to stand up for what was right. My cousin Mordecai's words echoed in my mind. Who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this? Those words hit me like a ton of bricks. This was my purpose. I was meant to make a difference. But then I realized something. Sometimes the bravest choice is the right one. Sometimes you have to risk everything to save what matters most. So I made my decision. I would approach the king, reveal my true identity, and fight for my people. I asked all the Jews to fast for me, and they did so with unwavering faith. Those 3 days felt like an eternity, but I drew strength from their prayers. Finally, the moment came. As I walked towards the king's throne, my heart was pounding so hard I thought it might burst out of my chest. But you know what? He extended his scepter. I was safe, and now I had a chance to save my people. Of course, I couldn't just blurt out everything right then and there. I needed a plan. So I invited the king and Haman to a banquet, and then another. I had to time this just right. During the second banquet, I finally revealed everything. My identity, Haman's plot, all of it. The king was furious with Haman. It was like watching a storm break over the palace. In the end, justice prevailed, as Haman's evil plan backfired on him completely. Talk about poetic justice. The Jews were saved, and Mordecai was given a position of honor. It was a triumph of good over evil. Looking back, I realized that true courage isn't about not being afraid. It's about doing what's right, even when you're terrified. My story taught me that we all have the potential for greatness within us. Sometimes, it just takes a leap of faith to discover it. And you know what? That shy girl who wanted to blend in, she's still a part of me, but now she knows her voice matters. So if you ever find yourself facing a seemingly impossible choice, remember my story. You might just surprise yourself with how brave you can be. After all, I certainly surprised myself. Trust me, it's worth it.
Hi, I'm Ruth, just a simple Moabite woman, or at least I was. My life was set, or so I thought. Married, settled in Moab until death came, not just for my husband, but for my brother-in-law too. Two widows, Orpah and I, left with Naomi, our mother-in-law. Grief hung over us like a heavy shroud, darkening our days. Then Naomi, her face etched with sorrow, decided to return to her homeland, Bethlehem. "Go back to your mother's home," she told us. Orpah left, but in that moment, I had to choose, stay in the familiar or leap into the unknown. "Where you go, I will go," I told her. "Your people will be my people, and your God, my God." My life changed forever with those words, a promise made in the shadows of grief. The journey to Bethlehem was long, each step taking us further from all I'd known. Days turned to weeks, and the land slowly changed around us. Bethlehem was, different. Strange faces, curious glances. I was an outsider. The whispers followed me. "The Moabite woman," they said. I felt their stares like physical things. To survive, I gleaned in the fields, bent over, gathering leftover grain under the scorching sun. That's where I met him, Boaz. His field, his rules. "Stay here with my servant girls," he said, his voice kind, his eyes kinder. His words were a lifeline in a sea of uncertainty. His kindness was unexpected. In a world of shadows, he was a glimmer of light. Slowly, I found my place among the others, different yet accepted. Day after day, I returned to his fields, his protection a shield against a harsh world. Naomi saw an opportunity. Her eyes gleamed with a plan. "Go to him," she said. "He is our kinsman redeemer." My heart raced at her words. That night, at the threshing floor, my heart pounded. Would he accept me? Each step felt like an eternity, the weight of my future hanging in the balance. The darkness concealed my approach. I lay at his feet, waiting, hoping. Boaz's words were like a soothing balm. "I will redeem you," he said. But there was another, closer in kinship. Would he claim the right to redeem? The wait was agonizing. Each moment stretched into eternity. Finally, word came. Boaz had succeeded. I was to be his wife. Our wedding day was a blur of joy and disbelief. Me, a foreigner, now married to a respected man. The same town that once whispered about me, now celebrated our union. And then Obed was born, my son, our son. A new chapter began. I held him in my arms, marveling at how far I'd come, from gleaning in fields to having a child of my own. Life's strange twists. Little did I know, this child would be the grandfather of a king, David. My journey, from Moab to motherhood, from outsider to ancestor of kings. It all began with a choice, a leap of faith, a testament to loyalty and love. Through famine and plenty, sorrow and joy, I learned the power of devotion, my story woven into the fabric of a greater tale. A reminder that even the smallest acts of kindness can change the course of history. From the fields of Moab to the lineage of kings, my path was anything but ordinary. And so my tale ends, but the story lives on. In every act of loyalty, in every leap of faith, in every unexpected turn of fate.
Welcome to Bible and Spiritual Stories, where timeless wisdom meets modern life. Imagine a world where ancient tales guide your daily journey. Our stories bring peace, inspiration, and understanding to your spiritual path. From the calm waters of creation to the triumph of faith, we're here to enlighten and uplift. Join our growing community of believers and seekers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay updated on new stories. Let these ageless narratives be your compass in today's world. Together we'll explore the depths of faith and the heights of spiritual growth. Bible and spiritual stories, where every page turns into a life lesson. Join us, and let's grow together in faith and understanding.